But with the uncommon animals of the alphabet, I'm hoping to raise awareness around these creatures and make them common, bring them into the common every day, put them on wallpaper, put them on shoes, put them on t-shirts, and put them in kids' books and educate people about these amazing and wonderful creatures, so that hopefully by having awareness around these creatures, there may be incentive to look after their environment, look after them, look after their environments. And, then if I get to the point where, I'm raking in the cash as an artist, then, I might be able to do some of the things like actually help donate to those charities or whatever. But yeah, it's a big one. So anyway, saving the world of art. It's going to be a big one, really, doesn't it?
Fork in the road between thriving and starving artists is where I'm at. I really like your work. I can't eat lights.
Selling art and NFTs and donating 100% of the proceeds to people that need it more than me. And a lot of that goes into supporting other artists that I find that I really enjoy putting an effort out into the world, showing creation and creativity.
It was James Lee and Jams to Blues, and we were talking a lot about mental health and art and what a massive benefit that is. And I know it's certainly helped me through some tough times. And, and also his big thing is saving the world with art. Now he's at a point where he thankfully doesn't have to make any money from his art, but he supports other artists and supports charity quite massively as well by the money that he's raised from his selling his artworks and selling other people's artworks and in the NFT market. And so I thought that was really interesting. And as someone who I'm creating the Uncommon Animals of the Alphabet kids book. Now, I kind of wanted to do something like when I first started this whole fork in the road thing, I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to create. I knew I loved animals, and I knew I loved making, and I knew I loved kind of coming up with creative ideas and creative solutions to problems and things like that. And so I put that in the Venn diagram, and in the middle it said, "You will always be poor." Kind of true, like if you want to make any money, like people that work in zoos and vets and things like that, they don't make enough money. They do it because they bloody love it. The same with artists, and I want to kind of work out how artists can make enough money that they can afford to live a comfortable, happy life with their families or partners or however they've got their life set up, and live a happy life, not worried about bills, and just do the work. Because a lot of people say, I've been asking the question, what's a thriving artist to a lot of artists, and not many say for money, and which I'm not saying they're incorrect. It's not about the money, and money changes things, as we've discovered. You have to let go of that idea of making money from your art to actually make money from your art. It's crazy. Yeah. Back to my idea of how do I help the animals? And I love weird animals. I love weird things. I love UFOs and ghosts and zombies and all that kind of stuff. And that does work well with, the weird, crazy animals. I used to love this In Search Of program back when I was a kid. It was about Bigfoot and stuff like that. And the Loch Ness Monster. I love that kind of stuff. And the Uncommon Animals of the Alphabet is a bit like showing how unique and weird and amazing these creatures are that live on our planet already. We don't need to make up mythical creatures. Maybe they're mythical, maybe they're not. To kind of keep people's interest. So I wanted to show the next generation and parents that, wow, there's these amazing creatures that do these amazing things. There's an immortal jellyfish, for goodness sakes. There is a Yeti Crab, and that was only discovered in 2004. Vampire squid, talk about, it's totally in my wheelhouse. So that's my other part of my thing, is I love weird stuff like that, and I love animals and art and creative ideas and creative solutions. And so I kind of blend those all together. The one thing that James Lee was talking about, saving the world with art, he gives to charities and that because he can sell artwork and trade artwork and give to charities that way. But I'm thinking you can do it on lots of levels. Save the world with art. You can save the world. I mean, first of all, I was saying, to save the world with art, you've got to kind of save yourself. And to save yourself, you've got to make time for your art, and you've got to do your art, and you've got to not care what anybody else is thinking. Even if you do it private, don't tell anybody else about your art. You've got to do your art. And then the thing is, so you're an artist with no money, like me, and how can I have a benefit on the world? Well, I can choose art supplies and all kinds of things which kind of are good for the environment or help. You're not supporting slave labor or anything like that. So with my print on demand stuff, I try and stay away from anywhere which might be suspiciously, propping up slave labor. Don't want to support that in any way. And so basically being a conscious artist, making conscious decisions about where and how you're spending your money as an artist. Very little money you have to